Do you have scraps like these lying around? I know I do. So today I'm gonna show you 3 super easy projects that anyone can make in under 1 hour. That's right. 3 scrap wood projects under 1 hour. Let's go to number 1. So for the first one, you just need 2 pieces that are 10 inches long, 3 inches wide, and 1 inch thick. We happen to have cherry here, but I'm sure you've got plenty of 2x4 scraps lying around that you could make this out of. For this project, you're gonna take 1 piece of wood and a 2.5 inch hole saw bit, and then you're just gonna cut a little bit out of this wood with this hole saw. Now, if you don't have a hole saw, you can do this with a jigsaw. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just kind of eyeballing where I want that little slit to go. I'm not taking off too much, so I think I'm gonna go right there. Now I'm gonna make some indents with that blade into the wood so I know where to go back to. I've got this little indent here, and that's what I'm gonna be cutting with the hole saw. And now if you wanna do this with the jigsaw, you can go ahead, draw that line. But it'll be easier to do with the drill press, so let's get this clamped down and cut out. Nice. So now that we've got these 2, we're gonna attach them like this, but first we're gonna sand them. And there's a bunch of ways to attach them like this. We'll go through all those, but first we're gonna give these a good sand. So there's a few ways to attach these to each other. One, you can cut a half lap in here, and then you can glue that in. You could do dowels and the bottom. Dowels aren't really needed because you're never gonna see them. You could just do pre-drill and then screw. That's what we're gonna do because you're never gonna see the bottom here where the screws are. So we're gonna put a little bit of glue, and then we're gonna screw these in, and that's pretty much it. It's pretty easy. Drive that in, pre-drill the next. And we're just gonna go ahead and coat this with linseed oil. Quick, easy, and always looks good. So while I'm finishing up this first project, I just wanna tell you about a quick way that you guys can support the channel if you'd like. We do have memberships now. So if you wanna become a member of the Fish Over Chicks Woodworking channel, you can go ahead and join that membership. You'll get early access to all the videos we post. You'll get some extra content every month, as well as members only live streams. So that'll be really fun. Give us a chance to just like talk to you guys and see what's going on. So if you want to become a member, just click that join button. It'll be right next to the channel name. But if not, no worries. Make sure you're subscribed though. Subscribing is free and it always will be. So subscribe, help us grow our channel. We appreciate it. All right, so what is it? What could this thing be? Some of you may have guessed it. It's a headphone holder. It's just a very simple, minimalist style headphone holder. And the reason we made the bottom so big is because then it's like a holdable for your phones and like wallets and stuff. So, you know, it's like a nice piece for the desk. So there it is, scrap wood, project number 1, on to number 2. I've had this piece of 1/2 inch ply for months. I've stepped on it, I've walked all over it, but for some reason I won't get rid of it. And today I find out why. And then we've got this that we wood burned a little bit, but we're making a project with it. This is about 15 inches long, 8 inches wide, and this one, I don't know. But we're gonna cut this down to 5 inches wide and 12 inches long, and I'm gonna show you exactly what we're doing. We're gonna cut this down to 5 inches as well. So 5 inches by 12 inches, 5 inches long, and I'll give you the measurements on this later. Now we're gonna get it cut down to 12 inches. Our piece is 5 inches wide, 12 inches long. This piece, who knows how long it is. We're just gonna get that measurement on here by lining it up. And we're gonna cut this at 5 inches as well. This piece is 1.5 inches thick because it was a 2x4. It's 2 inches wide and it is 5 inches long. Now, what in the world are we building? You will never know unless you finish this video. First things first, we need to create a nice little U/V shape in this piece. Measure down 4 inches, doesn't need to be perfectly 4 inches, and then we're gonna measure and find the middle, which is 2.5. So that's our middle there. Now we're gonna grab a ruler and we're gonna measure 1/2 inch in from each side on top there. We're gonna connect those 2 marks to that center line. And then we want this point to have a round. I'm just using a little roll of tape. You can use a bottle cap too. I'm gonna go in the middle there and connect those lines just about there. Took me a few tries, but that one should be fine. Now you're gonna grab your jigsaw and cut this triangle out. Remember, this is the worst plywood that I had. It's a scrap wood project, and I got a piece of the ply in my eye. It looks okay. I mean, it's fine. We're gonna paint over it black, because I feel like with plywood with a bunch of tear out like that, the only thing you can do to salvage it is paint it black. Maybe I'm wrong, but let's finish this project up. It'll look fine by the end. So now we're gonna take our little 5-inch piece, and we are going to put that right in the middle. But that's it. Oh yeah, no worries, it happens. Yeah, no problem. All right, it's been drying for a bit, and what this is, it's a catapult. It's not a catapult. It is, well, no, if you don't know yet, you have to wait till we're done. Sorry, John. John's losing his mind over here. All right, we're gonna sand this up and paint it black because the plywood looks bleh. So let's sand it up, paint it black, and then see what it is. But comment down below if you think you know what it is before I'm done painting it. Am I doing this wrong? Oh, I have to just squeeze it. Now what?
You are horrible at spray painting.
Alright guys, here it is. Like I said, it probably wasn't going to look great unless we spray painted it. So spray painted, it's black. And what is it? It's a shoehorn. Let me show you how it works. Look at that, dude. That works great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boot jack.
Boot jack?
What is it called?
Boot jack. For the last one, we've got a 3.5-inch wide, 9-inch long, 1-inch thick piece of poplar. And this one's pretty easy and it's very cool. This is my favorite one, so I'm glad we saved it for last. So first thing you're gonna need is a 2-inch Forstner bit or something to drill a 2-inch hole, but not go all the way through. You're gonna have to stop before you go all the way through. So we're just gonna plunge this down. Make sure you leave at least a 1/4 inch on each side. We're gonna leave a little bit more. And then we're gonna go all the way down, not through though. We're gonna leave about an 1/8 inch on the bottom here. So this next step's gonna reveal to you what this is, most likely, but maybe not. And I'm just gonna go ahead and freehand draw something, and you can draw something exactly like it. All right, so I drew it out, and I wanted to go with a little bit like, I don't know, a little squiggly on it. I think it looks good. Give it a little more character. Now we're just gonna go ahead and get it cut out at the scroll saw and follow those lines as closely as I can. I'm just going on those lines and taking my time, and it's never gonna end up coming out exactly the way you drew it up, but that's okay. It's part of the fun of woodworking. You can also do this on a jigsaw or a bandsaw, but we figured the scroll saw is a fun one for this one. Now we're going to take some meat off of the back of this, so I'm just drawing a line so I have about 1/2 inch left on the handle. We don't want to cut into that hole, so make sure you're careful when you're making that line, but then go ahead and cut that out on the scroll saw as well. All right, so here we have it. It is an interesting project for sure. I'm not that good on the scroll saw, so sanding is gonna be my best friend here. I'm gonna try to even up all of these and just make everything smoother and look a little bit better. Once it's nice and sanded, we'll go ahead and get some mineral oil on it.
I actually really want to sand this.
You want to sand it?
Yeah.
Okay, you can sand it.
Alright, don't tell Peter, but I think I'm just gonna put the cutting board oil on it for you so you guys can see that. He's inside. I don't know what he's doing. He's like getting a drink of water or something, but we're putting some Howards on it.
Alright, here it is. John did a very nice job of sanding it and coating it, and yeah, it's interesting. This is a coffee scoop. I don't know if you figured that out, but this is made specifically for coffee because when we scoop our coffee in the morning, we never have an actual scoop. We just have spoons. And what are we? What are we doing? We're using spoons? We're using spoons when we can make a coffee scoop? Obviously, still have that little point in the middle from the Forstner bit, but I mean, that's no big deal. It's just coffee. Yeah, so coffee spoon. Great idea, something I hadn't thought of until John told me we needed one. So, The coffee spoon is broken. It's on the floor and shattered into pieces. All right, guys, that's gonna do for the video. 3 easy scrap wood projects that you can make in under an hour. I think all of these together took us like an hour and 45 minutes to make, so super easy. Good project. Remember, click that join button. You can become a member if you'd like to be. But if you like the video, please subscribe. It helps us out a ton. Hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and I'll see you in the next one. If you like that video, click right here to watch another one. Or click here to watch another one.